Now this question comes across majority of the times of my counseling sessions. Women always ask me, they said, "Minister, you know, how do we know, how do we choose a good husband, a good companion or mate?" Now, one of the things that I would say this, I'm gonna let Scripture. You know, I'm always letting the Scripture define where I'm coming from. Let's go to Scripture. This is taken from Solomon, one of the wisest kings, was the wisest king in the Bible, and this is in Ecclesiastics. And just want to share this with you ladies on choosing a husband. Ecclesiastics, and Solomon says, Ecclesiastics chapter 7, verses, we're going to say verses 28, verse 28. And of course it's taken from the American Standard. He said, "Behold, I have discovered this," says the preacher, "adding one thing to another to find an explanation, which I am still seeking but have not found. I have found one man among 1,000, but I have not found a woman among all these." Now that's heavy. What Solomon is saying there is that for every 1,000 men that were made or created, there's one upright man out of 1,000. He said, but yet in a woman he had not found this. Now if you go and you study the Bible, we all know that Solomon had 300 concubines and he had 700 wives. So that means he had 1,000 women that he was dealing with. And he is saying out of all the 1,000 women he did not have an upright woman he had found in those 1,000. So Scripture is transcending to you ladies that for every we're going to say for every 1,000 men made, that's one. So, and also, this is, we'll go to guys, it's telling the guys that, not saying there's not any upright women, but for every 2,000 women made, there's an upright woman, 1 out of 2,000. Because Solomon had to go a little farther, if you understand what I'm saying. So, choosing a husband, it's thin, ladies, very thin, because I know quite sure you wouldn't want to run into 2,000 men in your lifetime, maybe. But it is saying, Scripture is just saying, strictly for every 1,000 men, there's an upright man. So be careful, ladies. Now, one of the things that I've discovered that when the problem I've had with the ladies that come here, the married women, I ask them all the time, what went through your head when you made a decision to marry your husband? And I will use the name Reginald. What went through your head when you decided, when Reginald asked you and you decided to marry him? And I never really get the answer that I'm looking for. I had one of my clients, she said, well, I thought about, he had a good job, he'd been on this job 10 years, he was very nice to me, and I thought in case I lose my job, that would be a very good reason. So I went on and said yes. Well, of course, that wasn't the answer I was looking for. Then I had another client, she said that he was real nice to her. He was a very good gentleman, and she said she liked the way he treated his mother, and she said she watched how a man treats his mother, and then she said if he treats his mother good, then he would treat his wife good. So that's not the answer I'm looking for. And I heard, and now here's one I want to share with you. I had one lady to tell me, she said, well, actually I just liked the way he did it in the bedroom. He rocked my world. Well, you know, that wasn't definitely what I was looking for, because, you know, as time goes on, we're changing. I don't believe that sex will stay the same. But anyway, this is what I'm looking for, ladies. This is what you should be thinking about when that man comes in your life and he asks you to marry him. The thing that you base this on is this. First of all, you want to look at him and say, does he have Christ-like qualities? Now, if you don't know what Christ-like qualities is, I always recommend you read the Gospel of John. Read the Gospel of John, read that, back and study on that, and that will tell you the qualities that this husband of yours is supposed to have. So, first answer is he needs to have, you need to look for Christ-like qualities. Second of all, you need to ask yourself, am I ready to submit under God's authority up under this man what God will have me to be? Am I ready to submit under this man's authority what God will have me to be? That's key. Are you ready to submit? Because we know the husband is the Godhead, and he's going to be making the final decisions.